My first question is, and I have reshuffled them a little bit. What
Don't worry, I haven't prepared, so it will be just instantaneous.
Perfect. Okay, lovely. Thank you. So the first question is, what's happened in the world of ESG that has had the biggest impact on you or what you do over the past few years?
Wonderful. As I understand, ESG is environmental, social, and governance.
Yeah.
Okay. And I have been researching this subject as in my PhD as well.
Yeah.
And especially as I'm passionate about environment management. I was initially passionate about environment management, but when I dwelled into it, I found that there are so much social aspects associated with that. And because in the first place, like I believe that, anyone who goes to ecological capital to get their own needs, to live, to earn, and all that. So I believe that as a social animal or as a social entity in the world, we are so much dependent on environment. And so we have to be in that way. And that also impacts how we govern. And my first, we have been already, evolving the society with economic benefit, in a sense of we all started with how we can become more prosperous. And that has helped people individually to become prosperous. But at a collective level, we have grown inequalities between that, like so much. And therefore, I always wanted that how we can stop this inequality from the source, from its source, meaning that I'm also against a bit of, donations, like money philanthropy.
Yeah.
Because people are able to give you money or donate you money only because they are having this excess money. And if that inequality of excess money and no money did not exist, we would not really need this philanthropy.
Yeah.
Everyone would be equal. Everyone would have equal share. Everyone would have many things that would be equal. And so I am also looking into the economic model with this ESG type of thinking, that how we can stop the inequality from the source itself.
Yeah.
So that is where I think I am passionate about. It has made me think all this. And I have been in here since 2012, where it is actually 2005 when I re-entered my education. Actually, I was a mature student. I started my education after 25 years of marriage and after having my daughters graduated.
Wow, great.
And I went into BSc for environment management. Then I went into sustainability of built environment practices. And then I did my research in sustainability governance in housing.
Great.
So that's where I have taught myself. Initially, I was a very quantitative person. So I always want to know the difference between 3 and 5, wherever you can measure. So my personality was like, my intention always was to measure, act, and lead. But I have found also that along with this quantitative, we also need qualitative. So explanation of that, why that quantity is important.
Right.
So I turned into social scientist then. But I also feel that we need to bring all these together. And therefore now I am a transdisciplinarity researcher.
Great.
So there I go, and I bring all these aspects together. And it is not only ESG, but there are plenty of other things like cultural, institutional, and, like our own beliefs. Each one is set into its own reality.
Right.
Depending on the society they have constructed or the or the neighborhood, or you can say the environment they have constructed around them.
Right. Okay. Great.
So
Okay,
I'll
thank you.
stop. I think I will
Yeah, that's a
I
very
will go
good
on with these
answer.
all theories.
There's lots of me to dig into there and explore. Thank you. Okay, number 2. Are there any other initiatives like yours? So we're talking now about GSFN. And do you know if there are any other initiatives like yours, and also into that, do you know what your USPs are? You know, your unique selling proposition.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
There are plenty of organizations like me, but not, I would say, similar to me, not like me. Okay. And so I can tell that this is my unique selling point. Okay. And may I name some? For example, UN itself.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. When we are talking about, again, these all, there are plenty of networks, because we are basically a network at the moment.
Yeah.
A collection of people who has come together with something in mind, collective purpose in mind, and to deliver something, right?
Yeah.
And our overall concept is to deliver SDGs. Like our fundamental objective is to deliver SDGs, but
Yeah.
also keeping that core aim in mind, leaving no one behind.
Okay. Is that a strap line of yours? Leaving no one
Yes.
behind? Leaving no one behind.
Well, tagline is progress through partnerships.
Right.
But again, leaving no one behind.
Nice.
Two things.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we are collectives, we need to do progress through partnership.
Right.
Anything cannot happen without one person. And the unique selling point for me is we do not have any limitation, not absolutely any limitation for anyone to join us. Because I have seen there are plenty of networks and they scope their network in a sense of we are the network for sustainability experts or professionals. Now, meaning that if I'm not a professional, if I don't know anything about sustainability, I cannot be in that network.
Okay, great. So it's completely open.
Completely open. In a
If someone
sense,
wants to join, they can join.
anyone can join from anywhere in the world. The only limitation we have is that we are digital.
You're digital. Yeah.
But we have gone now, we have tried to improve ourselves by having local people and local connections.
Okay, local people, local connections. These are all great buzz lines. Local people, local connections.
Yes.
But also you're entirely inclusive in that way, because
Entirely inclusive. We are trying to now bring people whenever we are having some meetings, and if they don't know language, we are trying to bring translators in. We are also talking about, like different apps that can allow people to be more inclusive without telling their personalities or without telling their, we have never, of course, yes, now we have asked, in a second round, we are asking for their gender, but initially we never asked for gender, but we are now asking gender so that we can measure and tell we are 50-50 and so on.
Yeah.
But we never bother about that whether someone is he or she or any other
Gender's a very sticky topic right now, isn't it? It's in terms of being completely inclusive, to have to ask someone what their gender is. Do you have a third category? Do you say male, female, prefer not to say, or other? Do you have an other?
Not to say. We have not to say at the moment, so that they don't have to, we don't have to worry about it. But we can have plenty of those things, but I'm not too worried about it, because the overall picture shows that we are plenty of people, we are inclusive. What we have done now, that when we are having any event, we make sure that anyone is a chair, then we partner it with a gender, whoever wants to be on the another one. Like we always have now 2 people for each role.
Yeah, and one woman, one man,
and 1 woman.
so
So
that's good.
we have done that. And if someone do not want to disclose, we don't ask them. We don't force them to disclose, and also we do not stop them by pairing it
Yeah,
with anyone else.
that's
We
good.
just
Okay.
ask them and they can do it. That is
Uh,
like, it is just asking them, would you like to be paired with this? If both say yes, then yes. If no, we go for another thing.
yeah.
We are very flexible, very adaptable, and
Yeah.
we are trying new ways to include people.
Yeah.
We have apps, we have plenty of different social media, we have
Oh, hang on,
also.
because this is my next question. That's a really good
All
one.
right,
This is the next
okay,
one. So
wonderful.
number three is, what methods do you currently use to communicate GSFN's activities? So there you go. Let me write this
Yeah,
down. So you've got
yes.
apps.
Apps, we have different, I mean, not apps, sorry, social media
Social
apps.
media.
We do not produce anything.
Okay.
We haven't, just for something new or maybe very unique point also, that we are only based at, like, we are totally on today time and knowledge philanthropy.
Okay.
I know that. I also appreciate people saying that this should not be because anyone who works needs to be paid.
Right.
Okay. I do appreciate that. And we are, like, I am myself, just as you are researching just now, I am researching on some economic model that can provide us this type of partnerships without asking for that money philanthropy or donation.
Yeah.
And there, that is, I think, I am trying to do. And if I am like successful, it is going to be a huge, achievement on my side.
Yeah.
um, so just now we are having a time and knowledge philanthropy, in a sense of you uh, but we have gone a step forward now. Until last year, we gave out few certificates, but not professional or like not formal way. But now we are going to give out, we are going to, I mean, count the hours, and we are going to give the certificates for those hours which they have given to GSFN, which
Right.
they can then use it as on CV and accreditation of voluntary work to the
Yeah.
society.
No, I think
So
it's okay. It's you're a sort of inclusive membership body of people wanting to network. I understand, as I understand it. So that's from interest. That furthers everyone's interest just because you're creating a network. So that doesn't sound like paid work to me. That sounds like people. It's like a club. You know what I mean? That
yes, it
anyone
is
can
a
sign up to.
club,
Yeah.
and it is an extra benefits they get.
Yes.
And
So
we have seen people have grown immensely in their own self.
yeah,
The own development is immense here.
yeah,
It's up to you how you want to motivate yourself and take. And we give so much motivation. I will talk about those things as well. So,
yeah.
uh,
That's good.
um, so yeah, so these are, we are using social media. We are using group list to invite, share our news.
Yeah.
And just now I am developing my website also. I already have a web page which is supported by UCLan, University of Central Lancashire. But
Hmm.
that is limited because having a big university, it takes a lot of time to change the pages or to inform people immediately and so on. And so I want to make my own website so that I can just post it and people subscribe so they get the news immediately.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And
these
social
are
media,
things.
you use LinkedIn, I see. And then which other ones do you use? Do you use Facebook or Facebook's good?
Yes, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Oh, you use all of them. Okay. I haven't seen.
Yeah,
Okay.
most of them. I'm not still using TikTok, but I want to do that. Uh,
It's a lot having so many, isn't it? It's a lot having different
it
social
is
media.
it is about advertising the same content,
Yeah.
right? But if it goes to various medias, we get exposure to various audience.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Because TikTok is more about, as people say, young people, right?
Mhm.
Or Instagram is for young people. So we want to translate our message into those type of messages also, so that young people can be attracted.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because we want to get into the generational as well. Today, I'm just, before I'm talking to you, I was talking to one person who is doing pictorial kid magazines, like
Oh, cool.
storybooks
Yeah.
on climate change. And I was talking to him and I was inviting him to my GSFN and to share his abilities. So we have done plenty of things or books and kids for like SDG for kids as well.
Yeah, great. That's a
So
great idea. That's actually, yeah, that's a great idea. I did something a bit like that with a for a refugee charity, but
ah,
it's really great at raising awareness and also generating money as well. Yeah,
yeah, yes,
really good.
yes.
Okay, shall we go on to the next question?
What is it?
Okay, so the next question is, what has been the single thing, one thing that has accelerated your progress, the GSFN's progress the most?
Okay, it is capacity development, but I will show you something that is interesting.
Okay.
And it is my, ESG research, which you think ESG, within ESG, stakeholder engagement is the biggest part.
Okay, yeah.
If you get your stakeholders on board, if you understand their requirement, then you are able to, formulate your strategy, which would be, digestible to all your stakeholders.
Yeah.
And within that, I don't only mean human stakeholders, human and non-human stakeholders,
What's a non-human stakeholder?
environment,
Oh,
nature. It
nature.
has no
Okay.
voice, and we need to put them as our stakeholders, and
Oh,
probably the biggest one.
yeah. Interesting. I hadn't thought of that. Okay. I hadn't thought
And
of nature as a
also
stakeholder.
with the social side, we need to bring in SDGs. All SDGs. Have we included the criteria or the indicators that would contribute to all SDGs?
Yeah. Okay.
And then how you form a partnership and how you share your partnership or stake between these. Who has the highest stake? Who has the lowest stake? That you also need to understand.
Yeah.
So that is what I feel as a ESG.
Very good. Very good. Thank you.
And
Um,
let me share one slide.
okay.
Okay, so here it is. Oh, you have disabled?
Have I? Oh, let me see.
Well, it happens like that, but you can
You have
allow me
to
to,
allow you to.
yeah.
Let me see. Share screen. No, that's not it.
Maybe, I don't know, because mine is always open. So,
Files.
uh,
Okay, so that's me sharing my screen,
hmm.
not that. Would be in
Okay.
permissions, wouldn't it? I might go into my better.
Okay, don't worry, don't worry. I can just speak. I
Okay.
can. Okay, so what happens, generally in a leadership model, it is like traditionally we have top-down model.
Yeah.
In a sense of senior management decides something that, okay, we want to do this, and the employees or the any other stakeholders has to follow that.
Yes.
Because that must have come from stakeholders if they are good enough to take their opinion and their stakeholder engagement, then that might have come from there.
Yeah.
But also, when there is a top-down leadership, it limits the employees or anyone, stakeholders, to innovate.
Right.
In
Yeah.
a sense, to do it in their own way. Secondly, we have another model involved, that consultancy, just like you are expert. But as long as you remain in your silo and do not interact with different discipline, you may not know the story of the other aspect.
Yeah.
Just as you today, I'm learning from you, you are learning from me.
Yeah.
But if you don't connect, you might not never learn.
Yeah, hierarchy very much gets in the way of that, doesn't it? So you have to have a sort of a more open structure, a more circular structure.
So I have introduced interdependent collective leadership.
Oh, that's a good, I like that. Interdependent, I'm writing that down.
Yeah, interdependent, collaborative, collective leadership, which is also a transformative leadership. And it can create a transformative culture of leadership.
Right.
To introduce that in real life, how we do it, because everyone needs to be expert in their own place, but also we need to have collective efforts.
Yeah.
So I am giving out, whoever joins GSFN, I am giving out a chairship.
Nice. Okay.
To you as an expert and unique in the world.
Yes, because everyone, it's about understanding that people, that everyone is an expert on what they know. Yeah. We did a lot of this in my master's, actually. It's very interesting. And also thinking about, because it's dangerous to put too much authority in one person's collective imagination, because how do they, they can create, with too much power, you can create a lot of destruction, but you have to co-curate and you have to collect voices and knowledges from everybody, all stakeholders, in order for it to empower everybody, don't you? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So to have that, we have decided on 6 elements.
Okay. Right, here we go. I'm going to write these down.
Yeah.
Giving a lot of knowledge.
I will send you that slide also if you want.
Yeah, thank you. Email it to me. I'm sorry, I'm trying to work out how to do it, but I think we'll just carry on. Yeah.
Yeah. So first element is SDG number. I know they are interconnected, but we would like you to space yourself in one SDG, which is the driver of your work or activity and impacting other SDGs.
Just one?
Yes.
Okay, that's tricky.
We want you to scope it into one SDG.
Okay.
But there are 6 elements, so I'm coming down to that. Okay. So first element is SDG number. You need to decide that who is driving you. For me, for example, progress through partnerships, so SDG 17 is driving me.
Okay.
Like that someone might be very much interested in zero poverty, and therefore they are doing all these other activities.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
It could be SDG 1 for them.
Okay.
Something like that. So we want to think you to scope your activity, that what is the biggest goal you want to contribute to.
Yeah, okay, I like that. Okay.
So that is SDG number. Second element, we have domain. So we have 4 domains: research, education, enterprise, and community.
Right.
So anyone can place their activity within all these 4 domains.
Yes.
You are a professional, you can put your activity into enterprise.
But I'm also an educator. I'm an educator too. I teach.
So you can put it in education maybe.
Yeah.
Whatever drives you, we want you to think about your drive. Like, what are you most passionate about? And then you can write down. Of course, education and enterprise both can be done, but we want you to write down the most passionate about, like the driver. For me, research is driving me, all the activities.
Yeah, I think enterprises right now.
Yes, you can change. We are always asking that if you change, let us know, we will give you another batch.
Yeah.
So for me, it is research. So this is second element. Third element is level. and it is like global level or country level or university level or tribal level, indigenous level, sectoral level, any level you want.
Yeah.
So we want you to again focus on one level. So that means we want, of course, again, if you are very highly influential in national level, you are going to be spoken as a global level as well. But we want you to focus on the most impression or most influential activities you do, or
Okay.
the driver again, that where you want to go. And so that is where I want, that is level. And then we ask 3 specific words to highlight your own activity. So for example, for you, it could be ESG and something else, education,
Design,
and something
education.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So that 6 elements will make you a unique chair in the world.
I like that.
And
Yeah.
what we do, that we don't want you to spend any extra money or time or anything. You continue to do your work, but at the end of the year, we will ask you to reflect on it. We
Yeah.
will ask you to fill out a self-nomination form,
Okay.
and you write down few activities which you must have done exactly pointing to those your elements of chair.
Okay.
And then based on a face value, we don't go for much things like, but whatever you have said, we might have asked you for links or anything, or it is just a face value. We understand that, yes, this is possible, this must be have done, and we uh, have that, instinct that, yes, this is proper. Depending on that, we give you uh, bronze, silver, gold, and platinum award. That means we also accredit you for the work that you have put in for your chairship.
Nice. I like this.
And
Okay.
this is all free.
Yeah.
And what I have understood also, like someone asked me that how you judge it. And to be honest, no one has claimed wrong any information so far.
No, this is based on trust because,
Trust.
people are coming not for a free badge. They're coming because they want to do good work and they want to
Yes.
help people. Yeah, I can see
Yes,
that.
because if I'm not asking if they are going to show that certificate to anyone, anyone
Yeah.
is going to ask them
What have you
that
done?
what
Yeah.
you have done.
Yeah, it's
Show me.
self-regulating. Yeah, you're the
So
sort
it
of,
is
yeah.
self-regulating.
Yeah. No, I
And
like this.
we did one course, which is greenhouse gas course for students.
Yeah.
And one of the student did not appear for all the sessions, and then we distributed a common certificate, and they asked me, can I use this certificate? I said, yes, if you have the knowledge and if you are able to answer anyone
Mm.
about this knowledge.
Yeah, do
And I
you
said, okay, I will leave it.
Yeah, it's quite right. You actually put it onto the person for their own integrity because
Yeah.
if you have no integrity, you're going to just download a sticker and say you're doing something anyway. But if you have integrity, you're holding yourself to a higher standard, aren't you? So you are relying on people and their own self-regulation.
And I want to encourage those behavior, those beliefs, those,
Yeah.
uh, best practices for people. I don't want any regulation to tell me, no, this is perfect. No.
No, that takes a lot more infrastructure, doesn't it? No, I see. No,
Infrastructure, and also because of that, we have also got into greenwashing and other things.
Yeah. Oh no. I think it's you know what it's a good initiative and people will do it well, I'm sure. I'm aware of the fact that we've got time running out because it's a Zoom call and